Hey there, amigos. I have a 2015 Chevy Impala. The complaint from the shop is the brake control module is something wrong with it. When you're driving and put your foot on a brake, you feel a vibration under your foot. I've confirmed that complaint. That's what it does. I feel it. It kind of feels like a little shudder under your foot. I've scanned the codes just now, and we have 5 faults in the engine, 2 in the transmission control module, 5 in the brake control module, 3 in the power steering. Body control has 3, and telematic communication has 2. And I look down, if I look at the report, we'll see what that is, and I'm suspecting this one right here is a let's see. I wanted to light. There you go. It's a P0557 brake booster pressure sensor circuit low, and that's what I was suspecting. I was suspecting U code because I think it's probably going to be the circuit low is going to be because of a short to ground. I don't want that to mess me up and send me down a rabbit hole, but I'm suspecting it's a 0407, I think, if I remember correctly. No, this one right here. U0401 colon 71, invalid data received. I think that one, along with the other one, is the 0557. This one right here, I think them indicate them two together itself. There's plenty other U codes, which is lost communication codes, but them are the two I'm going to focus on, and I hope it don't come back and bite me. But right now I'm going to go into and see if I can get into the brake control, because it's showing here, so, and the other one says lost communication with it, so we're going to see if we can get into it. I don't know. I didn't look. I'm just going to see if I can get it. Okay, so right now it's pretty much showing I can get into it. So let's see if we have 5 volts on live data, because then I'll go out to the pressure sensor. I don't know if they've replaced a sensor. Normally, they replace sensors before I get a brake pressure sensor. Okay, so 1.06. So I can check that. I can unplug it and see what we have. But right now, that's what I'm suspecting. So I'm going to check the sensor outside and see if I have 5 volts there. And we'll go from there. And hopefully it don't send me down a rabbit hole. I'll be back. All right, on the sensor, I don't have my 5 volt here. I've already tested it, but I've taken everything loose. The wiring diagram, which I'll show you in just a second, showed that sensor going to the brake control module. When I went to look there, there was no yellow with red. So I went to check the OE diagram, and it shows it going from there to the engine control module, X1 number 17. There's no continuity from there to there. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this back in and see if I have 5 volts there, because I should have it over here. I should have it back over here, and I do not. So let's see what we have. All right, there is 5 volts at pin 17. So there is a break between the yellow wire with the red stripe somewhere from here to there. Let me go direct to that, hook them together, and see if that solves my problem. With it jumpered from the PCM right back to the sensor. No codes came back. I'm getting ready to test drive it. Engine light is out. The telematics or whatever that is the only code, nothing to do with drivability. So I'm gonna take it and drive it and see if the brakes work fine, if any codes come back, and then we'll figure out what we'll do from there. We're gonna jump that wire out. I don't know what the insurance company wants to do with it. They want to repair the harness or jump it out. We'll see. But let me take it for a test drive. Rabbit hole alert, amigos. All right, in the video, I think I incorrectly said the wiring diagrams were wrong. No, I was wrong. Teal was wrong. I gathered as much information as I could when I did the test drive of the vehicle to verify the complaint. And using the wiring diagrams, looking at the wiring diagram, here is the brake booster vacuum sensor. The thing to save yourself, you look at these three wires, they're the right colors. They go over to the ABS, the EBCM, whatever they want to call it. It's the ABS module. And in the video, it's under that coolant tank on the driver's side rear. When I drove it, there was no start-stop to it. If you look here, it says without start-stop system. And that's what I think. I didn't realize there was a start-stop system on it. If you look on page 2, once it goes over here to page 2, it goes down here to brake booster vacuum sensor with start-stop system. And this car has that. And I actually didn't realize it until I had that jumper wire on there, test drive it to make sure the codes were clear. And yeah, I was shocked. I was sitting at the light and all of a sudden the car shut off. And yeah, so I'm assuming that on my initial ride in the vehicle, the system was deactivated, maybe because of the codes. I don't know. But that being said, that's why I was incorrect about that. So just to save yourself, at least know that if you don't have that start-stop system, it's going to be in the back under that coolant tank. And if you do, it's going to be up there at the engine control module. So that's where them three wires go right there. And then in there, you will see that X115 connector, and that's that one I took loose and cleaned out. This vehicle was different because normally I identify the problem and then the shop determines whether I go further, because it may cost more money for me to spend more time on it to find out where it's at. And at the time, I was under the understanding that the shop had replaced the motor in the vehicle, and that was the reason I was looking at it. The light was on, but in reality, they had replaced the motor and the car came back, and that's when I found out the insurance company was involved, because this was a flood vehicle and the water apparently come up above the front license plate. So I was looking for low lying, and that's when I found this. So sometimes it doesn't go the way you want, because I was expecting a wire to be pinched when the motor was replaced, but in reality, that's why I found that right there, that X115 there. So and then, as you know, back over here on this one, there's no connector in between there and the ABS module. So yeah, just trying to save you from going down a rabbit hole like I did. Okay, now I'm going to take this connector right here. See if I can do it with one hand. There we go. And then this is my connector, and looking at it, it's clean, but just little dirt in there. So just moving that, taking it, putting it back, brought the 5 volts up. Just taking this connector off, blowing it out just like that. And connecting it back, my 5 volts came back. So what I'm gonna do is get the dioxide and shoot it in there and clean it up good, and that should solve our problem. All right, I have dioxide I'm going to use for the connectors. And then I've got the liquid tape because I know people say you're using them probes on that. So I'm going to fix them, put the covers back on, and then we'll see what we have. That repair was done 1 month ago. The shop owner reports that the customer is happy, no further problems. So until the next one, amigos, I'm out.